Touge, a Japanese word with the literal meaning pass. For us it refers to mountain passes in winding mountainous roads in Japan or around the globe that street racers use to test their driving abilities. Japan is a country composed of mostly mountains and islands. The citizens of Japan needed a safe way to traverse the mountain passes, without hitting high speeds or putting too much wear and tear on their cars. This is how the Touge was created, with lots of narrow passages, S-turns, and series of bends in the roads that are carved throughout the mountain. These roads allowed Japanese citizens to travel safely through the mountains. Ironically, this took the best elements for a perfect driver's road and turned it into a challenge circuit where those drivers would test the limits of their skills and their car. Racing on the Touge started all the way back in the 1980s and reached its peak in the 90s, gaining popularity due to anime, games, and movies. Individuals and teams all over Japan flocked to the mountains during the night to challenge the Touge. There are 4 main types of Touge racing: grip, cat and mouse, time attack, and solo runs. Some of you might be thinking I'm missing drifting on this list. The common misconception is that drifting is Touge. This is not the case. While drifting can be a driving style used on the Touge, and there are some who only drift on the Touge, drifting does not equal Touge. We are exclusively talking about racing on the Touge. Grip is simply a race between 2 cars to see who can reach the finish line first. These races tend to be uncommon since it requires a road wide enough for passing, which on the Touge can be especially difficult or impossible to pass someone in a race. Cat and mouse consists of 1 lead car and 1 chase car. The race is won by the lead car, creating a significant distance between the lead car and the chase car, or when the chase car keeps the same distance between the 2 cars, shortens the space, or overtakes by the end of the race. Time attack races are with 1 individual racing against the clock to set the fastest course time. This can either be done alone or having a battle between 2 racers to see who can set the fastest time individually. The person with the fastest time wins. The most common form of driving on the Touge is solo runs, similar to time attack with no competition or racing times. It's only you and the Touge. This can be a simple spirited drive to a full-on Touge attack. This is the best starting point for beginner drivers to learn how their car operates in a Touge setting, how the road feels, and develop that driver's sense. The best Touge cars are lightweight, good handling, low center of gravity, highly tunable. Some of the popular Touge cars you might recognize are the famous Toyota AE86, Nissan Skyline R32, R33, R34, and R35 GTRs, Mazda's Rotary Brothers RX-7 and RX-8, any S-chassis car S12 all the way to S15, the Honda NSX, Toyota MR2, and Mazda Miata/MX-5, the all-wheel drive Subaru WRXs, STIs, and the Mitsubishi Evos, the front-wheel drive Honda Civics, Civic Type R, Integra Type R, and Honda Fit, etc. The popularity of Touge was heavily influenced by the anime Initial D, Best Motoring, and Hot Version.
こいつ先を知らないのか。この緩い右の後、きつい左だ。減速しないと谷底へ真っ逆さまだぞ。言わんこっちゃねえ。スピードが乗りすぎてるぜ。立て直して減速するスペースはもうねえ。ドリフト
Initial D is a street racing anime and manga about a student Takuma Fujiwara, gas attendant during the day and a delivery boy at night for his father's tofu shop. He does late night deliveries in his father's highly modified Toyota AE86. He unknowingly hones his skills up in the mountains, shortly becoming the best road racer on Mount Akino. He began to race more and more, becoming the best downhill racer in the region. Initial D showcases drifting as the best style to use on the Touge. Initial D became a worldwide phenomenon even outside of Japan due to the story being closely related to what was actually going on in the same time period in Japan. Initial D was heavily inspired by real racing subculture in Japan on the Touge. It was also rumored that Initial D was partially inspired by Keiichi Tsuchiya, the Drift King himself. He even provided editorial supervision as someone with professional racing and drifting experience. Best Motoring is a popular video series in Japanese featuring mainly non-tuned factory cars, with Hot Version being a video series on Best Motoring testing mainly tuned cars from independent shops from around Japan. The show is hosted by Keiichi Tsuchiya, the Drift King, Max Orito, and Nobuteru Taniguchi. The show features a wide range of vehicles including sports cars, supercars, and tuned vehicles. It aims to capture the excitement and the thrill of driving these cars to their limits on both public roads and racing circuits. One of the main highlights of Hot Version is the intense Touge battles on the Gansai Touge, a private Touge course in a theme park located in Gunma Prefecture in Japan. It was originally built for the purpose of bicycling. These battles involve different cars competing against each other in a series of challenges such as time attacks, drifting competitions, and head-to-head races. Keiichi Tsuchiya and his co-hosts often participate in these battles, providing their expert driving skills and insights to push these cars to their limits. Independent shops would bring their cars to compete for the title Mao, which means Demon King in Japanese. To win this title, your car would have to be the fastest on the Gansai Touge. In addition to the battles, Hot Version offers valuable technical information and advice. They cover topics like car modifications, tuning, and driving techniques to improve one's performance. It serves as a valuable resource for car and Touge enthusiasts who are interested in optimizing their vehicle or enhancing their own driving skills. The Touge provides a challenge to drivers to test their car and driving abilities. While the Touge and racing on the Touge has a rich history, today it has become less and less popular over the years. Due to regulations, road modifications, social pressure, and police presence, the activity of spirited driving on the Touge has become more difficult in the modern era. Although, the spirit of Touge and Touge racing is alive even to this day, with multiple YouTube channels based in Japan, the United States, and the rest of the world showcasing the world of Touge. As for the future of Touge, there will always be car enthusiasts who go out to test their limits and show others the beauty of the Touge. In the United States specifically, with racetracks closing down around the country and track days becoming more and more expensive, I think we will see a renaissance in the popularity in Touge here in the United States, Japan, and maybe even around the globe. I hope you guys enjoyed the origins of Touge. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified when I upload next. See ya.
Woohoo! Yahoo! Yeah! ちょっと待って。行くねー！